A guiding lies not easily led.
That's why they stand out so brightly against the darkness.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're dropping by Jinjo and saying ciao to Renacita as we look over some of the best moments to come out of Wuthering Waves so far. Spoilers ahead.
Someone kept this from me, didn't they?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Meeting Zanny.
We've been expecting you. Welcome to Averardo Bank, sir. I'm Zanny, a staff member here. The Montelli family ordered me to welcome you.
For those of you wondering how this could possibly count as epic, then you don't deserve Zanny. Everything about this overworked bank employee of the Montelli family practically broke the internet upon her reveal, which was only doubled down on during her introductory cutscene. Epic design, epic accent, epic proportions, epic companion. Zanny wasn't only the perfect tour guide, but the perfect foil as we dove deeper into the Order's corruption. Her banner cannot get here soon enough.
If that's what you want. Thank you. All that formality was starting to feel like exercise.
Camellia confronts herself.
Voices! So many noises! It hurts!
The companion quest lines across the board all have riveting scenes to their names, though having to meander through the mind of a certain murderous flower girl took the cake. Suffering under the weight of amnesia, overclocking, and her own particular brand of bloodlust, witnessing Camellia confront her sadistic alter ego made for quite the mind trip. Beautifully balanced by her realization that no matter the reality, she would always find herself pining after her precious Rover.
But one constant remained. You always saved me, and we always found each other.
Dreamless.
That's another moon. What on earth is happening?
For as many issues as the base game had in terms of pace and storytelling, it ended its first arc with one hell of a bang. Alongside Ji-eun, Rover takes on the might of the Dreamless, a tacit discord with strength to spare, ready to usher in a fresh lament unless it's stopped in its tracks. The battle itself is frantic, with the highlights easily being when Rover goes full one-winged angel and awakens their Havoc form. Oh, and the introduction to everyone's favourite Echo, of course.
As the conceptualization of war, somehow it opted to flee instead of fighting us properly.
Jinshi ascends.
If I open it, Jinshi is bound to face you in the ultimate battle. The ideal outcome would be for her to absorb your power at the critical moment and restore the time flow without any loss of life.
Climbing Mount Firmament proved to be quite a challenge for Rover and company, namely because of the colossal dragon waiting at the peak. The prophesized battle between the Sentinel Jue and Jinshi was a long time coming, the latter having to prove her worth in order to one day serve as its replacement. This all leads to a staggeringly beautiful showdown, in which we get to play as Jinshi herself, doing her darndest to take on Jue's time-warping might all by her lonesome. And while she's unable to bring down her scaly parental figure, she does indeed prove herself worthy of taking its place.
Jinshi, one shall honor one's promise and restore Jinjo's future to you and its people.
The Confession.
You made me realize that protecting the Black Shores isn't my only duty. Because there is more to life than duty.
Following a link to their unknown past, Rover is brought to the headquarters of the Black Shores, as well as their ephemeral leader known as the Shorekeeper. Alas, there's no time to talk about the good old days on account of the Tether system, the supercomputer that helps the Black Shores fight the Lament, going haywire. In order to ensure the system's survival, the Shorekeeper willingly allows themselves to become its new core, dooming her to pseudo-death. Though not before she confesses how she had learned to love Rover in the distant past, and still does to this day. And just like that, everyone was willing to go nuclear to save her.
No matter how far you go, I will always be here. watching over you. Could this feeling be love?
The Dragon of Dirge.
どんな厳しい罰も代償も受け入れます。たとえそれが
Jue isn't the only dragon roaming the world, and while it may be smaller in scale, the Dragon of Dirge makes up for it by upping the intimidation factor tenfold, as well as having a soundtrack to its name that would make Elden Ring blush. Used by the Order of the Deep to kill off those who they deem as an enemy to their faith, battling the beast is no easy task. Summoning bone spikes and breathing golden flames, it all makes for a thrilling clash that once again proved why Renacita's arc truly is peak.
汝は炎となり、罪深き魂に最後の裁きを与えよ。快楽に溺れる者には火の洗礼。
The Dance.
As the world teetered on the brink of absolute darkness, they found solace in each other's gaze.
While there is fierce competition among Wuwa's towering cast of lethal ladies, Carlotta is something special. Not only for her character, gameplay, voice acting, and personal stakes in the story, but also her relationship with Rover, something that was solidified during their dance scenes. While things could be construed as spicy during the rehearsal, both sparks and bullets fly as the partners in crime blasted their way through foes in perfect sync. There's not even room for a shipping war by this point.
Fall for me, will you?
Then, let's fall together.
Lorelei.
私はどれほど眠っていたのでしょう。
It truly is astounding how everything across this game was elevated with the introduction of Renacita, especially in the case of both its bosses and music, which becomes blatantly evident with the spectacular boss fight. Corrupted by the Fraxidus to serve the Order's interest, Lorelei is not only stunning in presentation, but her soundtrack is downright mesmerizing. Taking inspiration and aspects from Mozart's The Magic Flute, specifically the Queen of the Night aria, the music turns the entire ordeal into a spectacle that no player will be quick to forget. Carlotta pops off.
Keep it safe. I'll handle the rest.
There can be no denying just how much of a standout character this executor of an heiress is. When she's not playing her enemies for fools or making Rover fall for her, she's busting out crystalline rifles and raining hell down on any who would cross her path. Like here, when the Order and their Echoes attack following the defeat of Lorelei. Demonstrating both her acrobatic and gunslinging skills, Carlotta doesn't waste a breath, wiping out all of them by her lonesome. And it is amazing to watch unfold.
Speak. Who gave you the order?
Saving the Shorekeeper.
Admin access nullified. Request denied. The Shorekeeper is now the core computational unit.
After such a heartfelt confession, there was no way we were about to let the Shorekeeper perish. Rover obviously felt the same way, taking on the Tether system itself and overcoming gauntlets of enemies in succession. Even channeling their inner Uncharted at one point by wall running and grappling through every virtual reality tossed their way. This all culminates in Rover battling against the clock to free the Shorekeeper from being assimilated, saving her life at the last second before reaffirming how much her life is worth, with their final interaction being the tear-jerking cherry on top. What a way to end an arc.
Wherever your path leads, I hope to walk it with you.
Which Wuthering Waves moment kept you locked in? Let us know in the comments.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.